happiest when I'm moving. I don't like the feel of standing still too long. It's not a point that I'm proving. I'm not searching for a place that I belong. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. Oops. I don't wanna be here when you leave me. I'll go ahead and beat you to the door. I'm not leaving you behind. It's only in your mind. It's not as if we're trying to keep the score. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. I'm a lark in search of springtime in the south. It's migration, baby, not my choosing. Just my nature keeps me moving all around. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. I don't wanna be here when you leave me. I'll go ahead and beat you to the door. I'm not leaving you behind. It's only in your mind. It's not as if we're trying to keep the score. I'm the happiest when I'm moving. I'm the happiest when I'm That's a song I wrote with a guy named Jim Lauderdale. I bet he's been on this stage a couple times. Has he ever been out here? I'll see what I can do, which is probably nothing. He's a great guy, and it was really fun to write with him. It was kind of a blind date thing, and sometimes they don't always work out the way you think they're supposed to, but that worked out in my favor. This song is called Perfect World, and mentioning the Groovies, I found a piece of groovy memorabilia. Woo! Just kidding. This song is, I'll do the Steven Tyler thing right there. This song is called The Perfect World, and it was originally recorded on a Groovies record called Buy One, Get 11 Free, which was the marketing scheme that really drove us into the ground, actually. But I put out a record last summer, and it's called New Dog, Old Tricks, and this one's on there, and I hope you like it. I dedicate it to Tom, who is a long ways from home, and I want to thank you guys on all of our behalves for supporting live music, because when you support live music, you support live musicians, and as we all know, nothing lowers your property value than a bunch of dead musicians in your street. And you really don't want us a part of your workforce either, so I'm really glad to see you guys all out here. I got home just after midnight, been a long, long day. Though I keep odd hours, but I'm getting for okay. It's noble, so noble, just doing what I love. I'm mobile, it's no trouble, fits me like a glove. world. Oh, wouldn't it be great if all the bad guys dressed in black? We could see them coming, we could watch our backs. Wouldn't it be great if every oyster made of pearl? I may not know it yet, I'm in a perfect world. Here she goes! About these two trees that I had growing in my front yard when I moved to Wimberley, Texas, from Amarillo, Texas. The biggest difference I noticed was trees and hills and water. Other than that, and humidity. But these two trees were growing alongside my driveway. It's the best part of my mansion down there in Wimberley. It is out alongside my driveway. It's this oak tree and a cedar tree. And from years and years in forestry school, I learned that oak trees take years to grow, and they grow for hundreds of years. Cedar trees down there are like weeds. They just suck up all the water. They grow fast. They die fast. And so to see this pair of trees next to each other, and they were kind of all wrapped around each other, it was such a vivid picture. And it reminded me of people that I know that stay together for a long time, kind of in spite of their differences. My grandparents were married for over 50 years and then died within about 3 months of each other, 4 months of each other. And so I thought, man, that's commitment. I'm going to write a song about that. So I dedicate this to anybody that's been with your spouse for, a year. 4, happy anniversary, Tom. Two folks living together. He's an oak and she's a cedar. Over time they've intertwined. She tried to choke him out, and now he needs her. They need sun, they need rain, and each other's help to gain the strength enough to bend, or else they'll break. They need room enough to grow, and the courage to get too close. the surface. It's the only way they can survive. Without the roots, the branches are worthless. She should have killed him, but she keeps them alive. They need sun, they need rain, and each other's help to gain the strength enough to bend, or else they'll break. They need room enough to grow, and the courage to get too close. Alone they won't last long, but together strong. Just like those two trees out in my front yard. How did they get this far? Thriving in spite of each other, instead of growing apart. Yeah, they had sun, they had rain, and each other's help to gain the strength enough to bend, or else they'll break. They need room enough to grow, and the courage to get too close. Alone they won't last long, but together strong. Together. Speaking of rain, I've been praying for it every day, so maybe singing it from a church will do the trick. Again, Amarillo, Texas, one of our major exports up there is grass fires. We're really good at those. It has to do with the wind, and that there's nothing to break up a grass fire once it gets going. So this song is called It's Raining Outside Today, Hooray. It's kind of a new one. I haven't recorded it yet. But it's for the volunteer fire departments that are all around these little communities that are making us safer. Dead asleep, sleeping like a rock. Wake up fighting with my alarm clock. Just a couple more minutes of pillow talk. It's raining outside today, hooray. I sip my coffee through the grass fire smoke. You could fry an egg, that's no joke. I'm up and running like a broken yoke. It's raining outside today, hooray. Started out hot and it's just getting hotter. Fire turns the fields to the blacktop. The rest of the world is underwater, and we can't beg, buy, or borrow and drive. Praying all day for the rain cloud, praying for the men who put the fire out. Maybe it's enough to end this thirst and drought. It's raining outside today, hooray. Well, I've had the best week, y'all. I've just spent a week. I have a niece and a nephew that came down and visited me we got 4 days together. It felt like about a day and a half. But it was a really good time. And I have a couple songs for them. This first one is for my niece. Her name is Kate. And it's kind of weird to tell this story in front of Kate. Because she can tell you the parts that are true about it. But when she was little, she was losing her tooth, and she's pretty upset about it. After all, she'd had it her whole life. And so I wrote her this song called Baby Teeth. It's about being able to let go so that you can get what's coming to you. Oh, and she's going to get what's coming to her. When I played the song for her, I was waiting with bated breath just thought she would just think it was awesome, And I said, so Kate, what did you think? She said, well, I thought we were supposed to get cash, but okay. That's all right. Such a silly girl, such a wise old woman. You think you can fix this world with rubber bands and bubble gum. You're gonna see it all from your high-top tennis shoes. Days when you're in the pink, days in your skinned up blue. You got some worn out blue. Sometimes it hurts to grow, sometimes it's such a relief. When you gotta give up what you got to get what you need. Those were just your baby teeth. Those were just your baby teeth. Those were just your baby teeth. Some big blue eyes, they don't miss a thing. You're known for your smart mouth and a smile like butterfly wings. You've got a way with words, you got your song and dance. You could wear your party dress, you could wear your camouflage pants, yeah. You know you wear the pants. 'Cause you got a heart of gold that shines just like a sunny day. Save a little bit for yourself, don't give it all away. Sometimes it hurts to grow, sometimes it's such a relief. You gotta give up what you got to get what you need. Those were just your baby teeth. 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 Of all you see, rule on high from your beanbag chair. No flowers on the wall, you got the dirt and the flowers right in your hair. Your hair. Sometimes it hurts to grow, sometimes it's such a relief. Gotta give up what you got to get what you need. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it loose, sometimes it's not clean out. Those were just your baby teeth. 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 Baby teeth. Baby teeth. Your baby teeth. All right, well, we'll get to Grant's song here in a minute. This song is called But a Dream. And I've always struggled to have a good story to introduce this song. It has never kept me from talking for about 2.5 minutes before it. But I finally have one, y'all. This song is about playing that damsel in distress card, you know? And I don't usually like to do that. In fact, this song is about not doing that in particular. The other day, we were on our way back home. We had been out for a month, and we were heading home, and we didn't have a show or anything. We got to Lubbock, Texas. We got to the south part of Lubbock where all the liquor stores start. And we hear this snap, flap, 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 and you can hear it, you can feel it under your feet. We lost a fan belt, a serpentine belt. And since I don't know anything about replacing fan belts, we were very, very lucky to coast into this Joe Jackson's transmission place in Lubbock, Texas, which I'm sure if you went back there to that corner, it would not exist, because we Googled it, we GPS'd it, we were looking for some place to take this van. It was 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, and I can't get parts for my van if I'd called 2 weeks in advance. So I was like, okay, come on, girls. I had Marian with me. I had my friend Jana Pocock that's running the merch table out there. I was like, all right, girls, get your toolbox out, which by that I meant the makeup bag. And I said, we need to get on the road, because if we don't catch these guys while they're open, we're going to be stuck in Lubbock. But we were right close to the liquor stores, so we were, I mean, not as stressed, but anyway, they get all dolled up, and they didn't really get dolled up, but they're just naturally dolls. That's all there is to it. They get out of the van, they're walking the dogs, and I go in to talk to the guy about, being illegally parked in his parking lot. That could be an indefinite situation. And I come out, and there are 4 mechanics with their heads under the hood of my car. And Jana and Marian are standing over there like, I was like, good work, ladies, good work, good work. So that day, Jana and Marian fixed the van. That a handsome prince would rush out to fix it. That I wasn't dragging no distress, no castle walls to this address. Now you were covered in green slimy scales. You had long sharp claws for fingernails, fork and tongue fire on your breath, but you posed no danger. You were not dead, guarding a treasure, blessing and the curse, tempting to measure my better and my worst. Now I said no fair, no fairy tale. No, nothing is as it seems. The air is scary as hell, and life's but a dream, but a dream, dream. It's the same old story, the same sad songs. Watch the bubble burst, and you can follow along with the same characters. Happy endings, no surprise. Everybody's acting, everybody's in this haze. He rode in on the fence, She becomes a wicked. Which way did she go? Which way did he go? Which way did she go? Go. No fair, no fairy tale. No, nothing is as it seems. Thin air, scary as hell. Life's but a dream, but a dream. The fairy godmother or the faithful sidekick. You don't have a magic wand, crystal ball. You don't climb beanstalks or castle walls. You cast a spell, but you don't quite recall. No. Why don't you ever call? There's no fear, no fairy tale. Nothing is as it seems. The air is scary as well. Life's but a dream, but a dream. No fear, no fairy tale. Nothing is as it seems. The air is scary as well. Life's but a dream, but a dream.
Yeah.
What?
Turn the fiddle up.
Marian. She's like, there's no buttons on here. What's that? All right, this is probably my favorite song that I've written so far, and it's for my nephew Grant. It's called You Came Along, and I used to live in a rent house behind my sister in Amarillo, and she was awesome landlord. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but she had a never take my last dollar policy. So if I had $111, my rent was $110. But that wasn't even the best part of living there. The best part of living there was I got to nanny for my nephew. At the time it was just him, and so we got to be pretty good friends, you know, as tight as you can get with a 3-year-old. And he came over one day, and I was sitting on the couch. I had my guitar in my lap. I had a blank sheet of paper on the table and a remote control. I was watching People's Court or something inspirational. And he came over and he said, come on, Noonie, let's go outside and play. And I said, I can't right now, Grant, I'm really busy. And he looked at me and he said, you don't look that busy. So I think I learned in that day that no one will keep you on the right track like a 3-year-old who is willing to tell you the absolute truth. And it was. We went outside, we played, and came back in, and this song was waiting for me. So thanks, Grant. I love you both. Came along, a traveling salesman. You knocked on my door until I let you in. There was no telling, I don't want what you're selling, but you insisted I'm happy again. I said I'm too busy, I'm too important, I don't have time to be playing these games. You said you don't look that busy. You said daylight is burning and wasting wasting it is such a shame. You came along, you had the remedy, something to help me get over my blues. In sunshine and snake oil, blue fades to yellow. I'm lucky that you came along. You spread out your trinkets, baubles and toys, shiny and sparkling lockets of little boys. And I never knew these were things that I needed up until you came along. Flew out the window and migrated south. Just like the wind, you know, when I can't see you, I still feel you hanging around. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, better over, come over, we'll play hide and seek. And I'm making promises I've got to keep ever since you came along. Just because you came along, only 'cause you came along. You came along, along, along. All right, so I think we're about ready to take a little break here. Let's do. Is that right, Woody? How about a sound for the hand guys back there? Wait a minute. Wait a second. I'm going to try that again in the second set. Let's see if I can get that right. You guys are doing a fantastic job back there, as usual. Woody, Dale, the sound guys. The sound guys. That is clear. I'm clearly thinking of a different venue. I'm sorry. Right after that song that I sang to my niece and my nephew, who are in the room right now, and then Stop. That's my sister. We all meet my sister. All right, so this song is my greatest hit. And when I put out my greatest hit record, this one will be on there several times. It has afforded me to buy a little place down in Wimberley, and as you can see, I've got these custom-made cowboy boots. I don't know if y'all have seen those or not, but you can't just get those anywhere. You have to get them made special by a Labrador mix. Currently we're working on a version in Spanish. We're working on a disco version, a gospel version. We've got to get the, I don't know how we're going to do that sign language version on the audio CD. That might have to wait for the DVD double live album, Greatest Hits. Who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Who's never left home? Who's never struck out to find a dream and a life of their own? Facing the clouds, a foundation of stone. Many greasy and many will follow. A young girl's dream no longer hollow. It takes the shape of a place out west. What it holds for her, she has a guess. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming back with the rest. If these are life's lessons, she'll take this test. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She knows the high stakes. So my new favorite story about this song is the other day my friend Janet gave me a copy of a CD and it had the Dixie Chicks singing Wide Open Spaces with James Taylor. What a thrill, I'm a James Taylor fan, so my first inclination was to call my folks. I called my mom's cell phone and I said, "Hey Dad." So what's going on? I said, "Well, you will never guess. I'm listening to a version of Wide Open Spaces that the Dixie Chicks are singing with James Taylor." And there was this awkward silence again, a long, pregnant pause that I knew was beyond shock, beyond pride. It was utter confusion. I said, "Oh, Dad, you don't know who James Taylor is, do you?" He said, "I know who James Taylor is. He's that football player." I said, "No, Dad, he's not a football player." He said, "Not anymore, he's retired." I said, "I love you, Dad. Will you have Mom call me when she gets back?" As she packs her things, she feels she left something out. Her friends, her family, her dog in this house. She turns around to find her old grown bear. Looks at the U-Haul, it has to fit in there. And as her folks drive away, her dad yells, "Check the oil!" Yeah. Mom stares out the window, she says, "I'm leaving my girl." She said it did not seem like that long ago. And she stood there and watched her own folks go. She needed wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high I'll see you out at the pie table. On the way to the merch table.
I'm sorry, are you recording?
Totally. Come back in time.